Hurst hands it off, and that'll be a first down and more. Lloyd out into the open. Dynasty back in the game. Lloyd runs behind him. Touchdown. Handoff, and this time over the left side. Still going. Down to the 10 and pushed out of bounds. Inside the 10. MarShawn Lloyd.
I'm Alex Johnson. This is Yards Per Fantasy, and today we're talking to USC running back MarShawn Lloyd. We're going to dive into his background and college career, discuss the positives and negatives in his prospect profile, trying to determine his dynasty value, and if and where you should target him in your rookie drafts. MarShawn Lloyd is a running back out of USC. He's a redshirt junior. He's 23 years old, and he's listed at 5'9", 220 pounds. MarShawn Lloyd actually lived in Delaware, but he traveled every day to Maryland for high school. And there he was a track and field athlete as well as a football star. And after high school, MarShawn Lloyd went to the University of South Carolina as a 4-star prospect in the 2020 class. Before he could step on the field, though, MarShawn Lloyd tore his ACL in his left knee in the second day of practice, and that forced him to redshirt his freshman season. Lloyd returned to a backup role behind Kevin Harris and Zaquandre White in 2021. He only carried the ball 64 times and he caught 3 passes. But with both Harris and White departing to the NFL in 2022, it was Lloyd's turn to lead the backfield. He played in 9 games and he carried the ball 111 times for 573 yards and 9 touchdowns. He added another 176 yards and 2 touchdowns on 18 receptions. And following the season, MarShawn Lloyd entered the transfer portal, making the move across the country to USC. And in 11 games with the Trojans, MarShawn Lloyd amassed 820 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns on 116 carries. He also had 232 receiving yards on just 13 receptions. MarShawn Lloyd declared for the NFL draft after the season, and he was widely regarded as the best running back during the week of practice at the Senior Bowl. But let's talk about the positives, the things that we like in MarShawn Lloyd's profile. The first is his speed. He ran a 4.46 40 at the NFL Combine, which came out to a 111.2 speed score. That's a really strong number, and speed score is the most predictive of the athletic metrics for running backs. He also has good acceleration and explosion with lateral agility, and he flash potential to expand his role in the passing game. On the negative side, MarShawn Lloyd is a little bit of an upright runner, which can hurt his leverage when trying to break through tackles. He also had some ball security issues during his collegiate career. He tries to create the big play too often than he should. And there are also times when he displays some poor vision. Not always, but sometimes. And he's also sometimes indecisive behind the line of scrimmage. And despite standing at 220 pounds, MarShawn Lloyd does lack a little bit of power. He had just a 12.8% touchdown share. That's really, really low for what we look for. He averages 1.28 yards per team play. Yards per team play is one of these metrics that are predictive for running back prospects. I really want these guys to get close to like the 1.9 range. And he had a 4.1% reception share. That is well below what I look for. I really want these guys to at least reach 10%. Like I said earlier, MarShawn Lloyd has flashed the skill that he can expand and become a bigger contributor as a pass catcher at the next level. But before we get into my NFL comp and my draft projection for MarShawn Lloyd, I just want to remind you that you don't have to wait until your rookie drafts to get your hands on some MarShawn Lloyd shares. Underdog Fantasy makes it possible to draft these rookies right now. So go draft some MarShawn Lloyd, or Marvin Harrison Jr., or Blake Corum, Braylon Allen, Roma Dunze. These rookies are fantastic values in 2024 best ball drafts that are happening right now. And when you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, make sure you use promo code YARDSPER, and they will double your first-time deposit up to $100. I'm already drafting a ton of 2024 teams, so I'll probably see you in a draft room. The archetype for MarShawn Lloyd, he is a one-cut slasher. My NFL comp for him is Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, he had some really good seasons with the Texans, with the Dolphins. And let me know in the comments, do you like the Lamar Miller comp? Do you have a better one for MarShawn Lloyd? While you're down there, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. In my NFL draft projection for MarShawn Lloyd, I expect him to come off the board in the 4th round, but there is a small outside chance that MarShawn Lloyd could potentially be the first running back drafted. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but there's a chance. The bottom line is MarShawn Lloyd is one of the best running backs in the 2024 draft class from a pure talent perspective. He has good size at 220 pounds, and he has the speed and explosion to create breakaway runs and the lateral agility to work his way through traffic with ease. Some scouts have expressed concern about his vision behind the line of scrimmage, though it was an area that he did show improvement on in 2023. But once he finds the hole he wants to hit, MarShawn Lloyd uses his exceptional explosive traits to burst through the hole and quickly get to the next level of the defense. And at that point, MarShawn Lloyd becomes his most dangerous. He is elusive enough to make guys miss in the open field with the speed to take one to the house at any time. He's also very difficult to bring down with just arm tackles once he gets ahead of steam. And in the passing game, MarShawn Lloyd was underwhelming from a production standpoint during his career. However, he flashed enough ability to think he could expand his game in that area at the next level. In fact, while he only caught 13 receptions in 2023, MarShawn Lloyd averaged nearly 18 yards per reception. At minimum, he's going to be a check down and screen game option that can turn up the field and create a splash play. The other blemish on his profile is that MarShawn Lloyd was never really able to emerge as a true feature back at the college level. And he may not get that opportunity in the NFL either, but he has the upside to be a significant contributor in a committee backfield. Now, it's hard to pinpoint where NFL teams are going to draft him, considering a big part of the evaluation on MarShawn Lloyd will be based on the potential of his raw athletic traits. However, he has impressed throughout the pre-draft process from the Senior Bowl to the Combine, which has greatly improved his chances of being a day 2 pick. And that draft capital is going to go a long way in determining his rookie draft ADP as well. And as things stand right now, MarShawn Lloyd is looking like a high upside pick at the 2-3 turn.